family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A in LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as fact. Don't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, I should go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Come on in. You can join the congregation by smashing that subscribe button and requesting all post notifications. And if you are an existing supporter of this channel, fam, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You are the reason this channel is anything. Alright, fam, if you are not a member of the 2A in LA fam club, what are you doing? Look, fam, look just down below. You should see a join button. Hit that join button. For a modest $2.99 a month, you become a channel member. You get access to unreleased footage that nobody else gets to see. You automatically become eligible for our weekly and monthly giveaways, and we give away some incredible things, including optics and weapons lights and range bags, and yes, firearms. So don't miss the opportunity to maybe pick up, one of the prize guns in my vast collection. Alright, fam, also check out that QR code. Hit it. You see it's right there. Hit that QR code and that will take you to the 2A in LA website, where you can have access to our 2A in LA official merch store. We got all your merch needs taken care of. Also, I'll have all like my affiliate links and promo codes and discount codes there, as well as hot deals of the week. Hit that QR code or hit the link down in the description. Alright, fam, now let's get back to the video. Alright, fam, let's get this episode rolling. This is just a quick initial impressions video. So, as you guys know, I am a collector. And so I'm always on the lookout for pieces that I think fill holes in my collection. Either fill a hole in my collection based on the caliber of the firearm or the firearm type, or oftentimes by manufacturer. And by now I've got most of the manufacturers that I'm really interested in kind of locked up, right? Except there are a couple notable exceptions that I want to add to my collection, not necessarily because I feel like these are kind of grail guns per se, but more so because I feel like they are industry standards, and as such, I should have at least one or two in my collection. And not to say that a lot of people wouldn't consider the gun we're going to talk about today a grail gun, but certainly I think when you hear the name Cabot, it speaks to a certain level of quality and prestige. Now, they are more so known for their wild and crazy 1911 offerings. They've got the Cabot Club where you get a gun. It used to be one a month. Now I think it's like one every 2 months. And those guns can be in the tens of thousands of dollars. I was never really like, I gotta have it, because I'm not really a 1911 guy. And those guns are very ornate. They're more showpieces, if you will. And I like to shoot the guns that I buy. Now I have so many I don't get to shoot all of them all the time, but yeah, I like to take my guns out and run rounds through them. So when Cabot came out, I think maybe a year or 2 years ago now, with the Insurrection, I was like, oh, okay, that would be a nice Cabot to add to my collection. I feel the same way for Nighthawk. I feel like that's another one where, and I've shot the Insurrection before. I have shot lots of Nighthawks, the Sandhawk, TRS Comp, and others. So even though I hadn't owned either of those are holes I felt like as a collector I should probably fill. So when I got an opportunity to pick up an Insurrection, I did just that. So let you take a look at your boy's Cabot Insurrection. So firstly, fam, I do think that the gun is aesthetically gorgeous. It does kind of harken back to that classic 1911 look. It doesn't have the full dust cover, but I do think that it speaks a lot still to some of the more modern aspects of 2011s. It is a double stack 9mm. It is ported in that kind of V-port system. I love the grip. I think that just makes the gun stand out. Of course, I've outfitted it with the SRO and that mod light, and I think that kind of completes the look. And so, look, fam, I'm ecstatic to have a Cabot in my collection. I know a lot of you guys, though, when you watch my channel, you want to know kind of my opinions of the gun. Well, I haven't shot it yet. This is just kind of a first look at it, and so I kind of talk about the things I like, the things that I think could be improved upon just at a glance. And then, you know, we'll take it out to the range and we'll put rounds through it and we'll come back with a full review. So let's talk about the things that I like. I think I love the coatings on the gun. I think they're, you know, really well done. I love the look and the feel of the grip design. Normally I'm kind of a sucker for a skeletonized trigger, but I love kind of that block trigger. Now it's a little more rounded. Normally I would like a flat face trigger, but I gotta say, it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel too bad. So I'll let you take a look at it. Little take up, ever slight take up, clear defined wall, crisp clean break, reset. If I had to guess, I'd say that's somewhere between like a 2.5 and 3 pound trigger pull. We'll, you know, sort that out when we do the review. So I love a lot of things about this gun. I love some of the detail. If you can look there, see how the serrations kind of turn down. I like the fact that they're not just your standard kind of straight down and end at the frame, that they have that curvature to them. I like the additional cuts on the top of the slide. I think that's nice. They've got suppressor high side so you can co-witness even with the SRO. I like that. Like I said, I love the grip. Things I wish were a little bit different. I would like it better if it were a full dust cover. I'd like it better if the trigger pull was slightly lighter, and I would like it better if it didn't have a grip safety, which is one of my kind of bugaboos. At a gun at this price point, yeah, you're not going to carry you're not going to carry this full-size gun in all likelihood. I don't see the need for a grip safety when you have, you know, your thumb safety, right? I think I'd like it better too if they had a base plate to give the grip a little bit more definition, but I don't think it looks bad at all. So I mean, these are the things that kind of stand out to me. Let's talk a little bit about the packaging. So the gun comes with a nice hard case. It's got Cabot USA on the front, so let you know where it is billed at. This is a Nanook case, by the way, so shout out to Nanook because I've partnered with them in times past. It comes with like the pick out foam, so you can kind of get your gun depending on what optic you use, and if you put a light or whatever, they kind of allow you to use the pick out foam so you can set it up the way you want it. It comes with, okay, look, this is not something that's left over from my stripping days. This is a cover for a firearm meant to keep it nice and protected during transport. Comes with a master lock and key. Comes with 2 magazines. You got your Cabot sticker and a cleaning cloth. You get the bullet that they tested when they did the test firing. You get a Cabot tool, another Cabot sticker, and you get your Cabot user manual. So look, fam, it's what you would expect from a gun at this price point, but I think they did a good job relative to packaging. I don't know, fam. I am not. Yeah, if you're paying a lot of money for a gun, you should have nice packaging, without a doubt. But I'm not one of these guys who obsesses over the packaging. I don't store my guns in the boxes that they come in. If I did, I would probably be more in tune to that. But I've got my gun room and my safes, and so I don't really care about the packaging as much. But if you're a package guy and you want to know that it's coming with a nice hard case, that it is. Alright, fam, so look, we're going to get this bad boy out on the range. We're going to get some rounds through it. I was thinking what would be like a good comparison to do kind of head to head with this one. I was thinking certainly my Wilson Combat EDC 9L would be a good comp for this one, so maybe we'll run it up against that, although this is significantly more expensive than the Wilson Combat. Let me know down in the comments what guns you'd like me to run this up against. Maybe Race City Defense RC9, maybe Cardinal Arms G2. I don't know. You guys tell me down in the comments. Alright, that's it for this episode, fam. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.